week's precious metals market update. This week is about deficits. It's in the newspaper. It's everywhere that Trump in 4 months, October, November, December, January, is right at $1 trillion. And this is going to be the biggest budget deficit in the history of civilization in any country, any place, any time. This is awful. But as many of you that follow me know, I warned this was a guarantee. There's no way you can cut taxes and increase spending the way we have and not run deficits through the roof. And that's exactly what's happened. I've said all along, I love to have my taxes cut. Who wouldn't? But we're not in a situation where we can do that. We're weakening our country every day. We're becoming a slave to China, Russia, India, even Brazil. These crazy countries are even showing more financial responsibility than we are. And yet, we, the American investor and public, we just sit there and yawn and say, happy days are here. Trump's going to drive it. Remember, Trump bankrupted 7 corporations. And that's his mode, is to go into debt and try to come out paying big interest. And certainly that's exactly what's going on. But just think this year, after 4 months, we've nearly hit $1 trillion. When he went in, this was supposed to be like a $700 billion deficit for the whole year. We're already there in 4 months, 4.5 months. It's total irresponsibility. Congress and Senate doesn't even care. The deficit's not even an issue anymore. We pile up debt to China, 1.3 trillion, 1.4 trillion to Japan, 2.7 trillion in Treasury bills, Treasury notes, and Treasury bonds. And on February the 9th, I did a show that you should go back and look at if you didn't see it. I explained what these deficits are going to do to the U.S. government when China and Japan, who are believed to be very close to starting the systematic liquidation of these treasuries, that will absolutely send interest rates up and deficits spiraling completely out of control, and the U.S. dollar finally getting a huge drop. The only thing that's propped the U.S. dollar up the last 2 or 3 years is fear of other having their money out of dollars. So also watch the stock market. It's moving into a yellow timing caution light, and if the red light comes, you better be on the right side of getting out of that market, because while it's been great for the first 3 months nearly, it's not going to look that way with what we see going on. We saw where 77% increase in 1 year over that same 4-month period of October, November, December, January. 77% increase by Trump. But what's crazy is nobody in Congress or Senate cares. They all have their pet projects that involve where they live. It's not about the total American population that we're in. So all I can tell you is you're going to see a jump, as you've already seen, goes already off to a great year, and you're going to see far bigger jumps in gold and silver, for that matter, as we go forward. Once again, you don't put all your eggs in one basket, but we're seeing that at percentages of gross domestic product never seen in American history. I could go on and on and on about that, but all you got to do is believe that history tells us every time the U.S. dollar goes down 1%, gold goes up 6% plus. Every single time. You saw it from 2000 to 2012 when gold went from 256 to over 1800, and the dollar went from 126 on the world index down to 72. It's now somewhere around 95 or 6. I didn't look this morning, but basically, if it comes back to 72, then we think it'll come back to 72 and break through that and even go lower, you're looking at about 150 to 200% increase in gold, and that will happen. So all I can tell you is buy while premiums are cheap. If you call in the next few days, ask Dan or Kathleen about a special. We don't have enough to put out a buy signal or a special on it this week, maybe next week, if we haven't sold them. But call about 1 ounce gold American Eagles being about 1.25% below normal. Also, if you're interested in a self-directed precious metals IRA, we can be your representative, we can be your broker, we cannot be your custodian, but we can help you do that. So call us at 800-247-2812. That's 800-247-2812 to discuss it. But I'm telling you, gold and silver are having a good year, and they're going to have a great year before the year is out. And we're happy to talk in detail, but the deficit doesn't lie. The amount of money we're borrowing doesn't lie. The value of a dollar will not stay up, and you just need to get into a percentage that you feel comfortable with in gold and silver. And for the ones of you that are paying storage fees with somebody else, call us about our lowest storage rate in the world. Too low to even mention on this show. But give us a call and we're happy to discuss it with you. So with that, this is Tom Cloud with this week's Precious Metals Market Update, signing out.